finding all the singles and doubles at ease, and then with the occasional boundary that she brings in, and kind
set
of
a big total and then apply pressure. That could be the tactics that she had in mind.
Yes, absolutely. We saw her do that yesterday. I think that was a sensational batting effort by her yesterday, and so I think this is the first over bowled by Monica Patel, and no runs yet.
Of course, we have to rely on
Quick heroes, quick heroes, is it? Only. That is what we are trying now. See, yesterday, it's only when the Harsha is not feeding it on time. And okay, say your mic is off. Sir, your mic is off. A very tidy over so far by Monica. Krishnaswamy sir, I'm not sure, if as you mentioned, the ball will be a little difficult to grip at this point of time. I guess Monica will be, oh my God. Is that a LBW appeal? I thought there was a bit of a nick there or something. It kept me interested. Oh, it was a pad. Okay. Yep, could be the pad, and that's why Monica is ambitiously appealing for a LB, I guess, over there. But 4 runs conceded, and the ball travels over the boundary. The outfield doesn't look any slow. Understanding that there's a lot of dew still, especially in the deeper areas, but doesn't make any difference. The last ball coming up from Monica Patel. Some stoppage there. I think there was a Sheen player who was walking behind the side screen, and surely would have got Jemimah's concentration. So good to watch Jemimah lean forward and try to drive that through the covers, but finds Divya at the short cover region. No harm done. So I think at the end of the first over, there are 6 for no less.
So after the completion of the first over, score moving on to 6 without loss.
Yeah, I think cricket heroes, it takes about 2-3 seconds to get updated.
It's going to be Pushpa Kanisore from Rajani, who had been reasonably well in the last 2 matches she has played. And we did find a little bit of movement of the air in the first over, and the ball gripping a little bit, and that forced Jemimah to hit the ball, play of the pads, which got 4 red balls.
The confident Vrinda taking strike, batting very well in this tournament.
What we saw of Pushpa yesterday, an incredible effort with the ball yesterday. Pushpa, if, let's not forget, she was hitting the deck hard yesterday and tried to keep the Kini RR bats, I think it was, on the back foot all the time. And nothing different. She starts with trying to settle into a very good bowling rhythm here. Pushpa?
As I've been mentioning for the last 2 days, she has a very good smooth run-up and a good action. The only thing she lacks is a bit of pace. Maybe if she can add a yard or two to her pace, she can be a lot more effective. I'm sure she's going to work on that. Maybe increase her fitness and strength, which will help her to add a little bit of pace to her bowling.
Yes, absolutely, Mr. Krishnaswamy. Actually, earlier I've seen her bowl a little quicker than what she's currently bowling. Maybe she's gone down on her pace a little bit. But as you rightly said, there won't be any harm if she adds a couple of yards of pace over here.
There she goes. Again, straight to
Packed offside field.
offside field there.
With 6 of them on the offside and 3 on the left side.
Shubha, the fielder.
Would the line matter today? As we had about 8 runouts and 2 stumpings in the game yesterday.
I think they're going to be very careful. This is going to be a very crucial match.
Flirting with the line today.
Pushpa from the India Nippon end. Turned away past the vacant square leg region, past the square leg umpire, all the way for 4. No player in that position.
During the power play, why would you want to go on top if you can time the ball like this? That was a sensational effort there by Vrinda. Bisecting the fielders between the deep square leg and a short mid-wicket position. There's a big gap there, Mr. Srikumar.
Oh yes, there's no fielder there.
She's done no wrong, exploiting that gap there.
Certainly. And let's see what's on offer. And this time driven square of the wicket, but straight to Shiva, I think again. No run.
Very difficult to get Pushpa away on the offside, understanding that she has a packed offside field there. I like this field setup, what she's and she's trying to bowl exactly to her field, apart except that one
delivery
ball which she straight down leg.
Once again turned away to that vacant region. Asha Joy stopping it. 1 run nevertheless.
Nicely worked by Vrinda there for a single. So at the end of 2 overs, for all our online viewers, the Falcon Sheen Sports Club is 11 for no loss.
After the completion of 2 overs, score moving on to 11 without loss.
Looks like we've got Monica to continue from the Falcon end. Vrinda to face Monica, who's steaming in from the Falcon end. Monica is giving us a hint of swing over here. I think it was Aditi Rajesh who made us believe, who was about to make us believe that it's going to be another run out day today. But I think thanks to the quick feet of Vrinda, who quickly darted into the non-strikers end, registering a single for the Falcon Sheen Sports Club. That brings Jemimah on strike. Yes, indeed. That was so good to watch her move. I think she, the moment she hit the ball, she was very certain that she wanted that run. And Jemimah complimented her very well, Mr. Shikumar. She responded very well to that call. Oh, they repeat the same thing now, but this side on the offside. And I think it was Ayushi Soni who, I from the looks of it, it looked like Ayushi had no clue whether they were going to go for a run there.
Yes.
And I felt even Jemimah was a bit tentative to start.
What you should notice is that when Linda played, she played with a back foot and still recovered to take the quick single, whereas Jemimah played with a front foot. It was little more easier for her to judge and complete the win.
Go for it.
Yes.
Monica Patel from the Falcon end. A forward defensive push to one, keeping low on the offside. Straight to the Herons skipper, Divya. No run.
Do you think they are even considering the bonus point at this point and the Sheen Sports Club?
I think they are more intent on settling down and pushing
I
forward
don't think they're required to go. I don't think
for the bonus point.
they even need to consider the.
Yes,
I think
very much.
they are sitting comfortably at 15 points and all they need is a win. And just a victory will take them to 19, which will easily take them to the finals. That's point number one. Point number two is that if at all they are looking for a bonus point, they would rather look for a bowling bonus point, because Herons is going to go for a bonus point, for batting bonus point, definitely, as they've been doing in their earlier matches. 3 wickets in 6 overs when they're looking for runs is a lot more easier than taking a risk at this point and losing wickets unnecessarily.
Especially the way in which Niranjana bowled yesterday.
Oh my God.
As Krishna Swami says, a bowling point would be a better option.
I think she was playing on a totally different pitch. The way she was hitting the deck hard over here, and kind of, and I think the return catch.
That was
that got
a
her
very good
confidence
effort.
up for the third wicket. Probably.
Yes, very much. You want to say something, Krishna Swami?
Monica to bowl the last ball of the third over. Ooh, just a thick outside edge there. At the end
Goes
of
forward.
3 overs, for all our online viewers, the Falcon Sheen Sports Club is 15 for no loss.
After the completion of 3 overs, score has moved on to 15 without loss.
Pushpa again, I think, to take charge for the second time.
Come, sir. No, please. Okay. Doesn't matter where you sit. So Pushpa to continue the 4th over from the India Nippon end, and Jemimah, who kind of looks pretty good at the moment, to face Pushpa.
Tucked away to the vacant gully region, a single.
There's something about Jemimah in that shot. Every time she tries to play that shot, she plays it to perfection. Doesn't try to hit it too hard. The bat is pointing towards, the ground. She plays it, just allows the ball to kind of tickle the face of the bat and, runs it down third man for a smooth single there.
Nobody in the close positions over there as well, either in the slips or the gully, so comfortable single to be had there.
The thing about Jemimah, most of the time she take technically good. Even when she plays the drive, she plays with the full face of the bat, with a high elbow. So, I mean, that's why she is a regular member of the Indian team and doing well at international level. And I'm not surprised that she plays a cut down so that you don't go for a catch.
Another delicate tickle.
Vrinda steals a single, finding the thick edge of her bat, and lucky there weren't any slips over there, and the ball travels fine to the deep fine leg area. The deep third man area. The deep third man is a bit squarish here, but does well to restrict them to a single.
Anika Murli was injured yesterday, but luckily nothing serious. She's in the team. She's on the field there.
Absolutely.
There was some worry about the injury yesterday evening. Yogesh?
That's right, Mr. Srikumar. I guess she put in a valiant effort over there trying to stop the boundary, and in that process she rubbed her face over the boundary rope, and there was a slight bruise. I guess she's recovered from that now.
Pushpa again.
I think both Jemimah and Vrinda are realizing that boundaries are very hard to come down. They decided to look for quick singles and to keep the strike rotating. There seem to be good understanding between the two of them. There is no hesitation on the part of either of them. When one of them calls out, it is trusting the call of the other partner and rotating the single.
Possibly they might have discussed the issue yesterday.
Good to see some sun come out here, and I think what Jemimah is trying to do here is that she's playing those she's trying to work the ball on the offside and onside with those subtle wrists, and she's trying to get these infielders a little bit more closer, trying to restrict that single, and then I think she's trying to go and explore the idea of going over them. So maybe that's exactly what she's trying to do. Like, she's passing on a message over here saying that, look, even though it is the power play, I'm not going to try and go over you guys. I'm just going to try and get you as closer as possible. Try and stop me from taking that single.
Earlier, a white call. This time a better one from Pushpa. Push back to her by Vrinda. She picks it up on the follow through. No addition to the total.
Very tidy over here. A very tidy over here. 4 runs so far of the 5 balls, and she's bowled wide there, Pushpa. So let's see if she can finish this over on a high.
Both the teams are playing an unchanged 11. They're playing the same set of people who played the last match, and it shows that they both have done well so far, and they want to continue to trust the players who have delivered for them.
Very sensible there. To all our online viewers, a quick score update. At the end of 4 overs, the Falcon Sheen Sports Club 20 for no loss.
So after the completion of 4 overs, score moving on to 20 without loss. The two batters in the middle, Jemimah Rodrigues batting on 5 and Vrinda Dinesh batting on 10.
Monika Patel, I think, to continue her third over. Yogesh?
Yes, looks like Monika to bowl, to continue and bowl a third over from the Falcon end. And Monika is kind of settled into a very tidy line and length there, Mr. Srikumar.
Looking at the approach of both the teams to this match, I think they realized how important it is for both of them.
The sun comes out and blesses the ground here at Samprasiddhi Sports Stadio.
The outfield would possibly dry and the ball could run down a little faster
Yep,
than it has been so far.
the dew seems to be disappearing now, Mr. Srikumar.
Yeah, very much. It's an outside off, and Vrinda
It was
goes.
a very ambitious shot there, trying to. I think she's trying to target this area between, the gully and the
Point.
third man. I think third man is much finer. Vrinda tends to find the thick edge a lot, sometimes when she's trying to run the ball down towards third man, and hence I think they've noted that and got the third man a little finer. Some
Something.
movement there. I think see a couple of staff members move at the back of the screen. Let's not forget, it's the white ball which is being used, and there's some people in white uniforms hopping around the side screen there, so catches Vrinda's attention.
All set now. Monica prepares to send down the next delivery from the Falcon end. An upper shot. This could be dangerous. Yes, she's out. Straight into the hands of the captain, Divya.
Looked like the ball
First breakthrough for
stopped a little bit there, and Vrinda didn't continue with the shot, resulting into a catch. So Vrinda Dinesh out, and I think who's coming in? Who's coming? I think it is Pratyusha Kumar. Pratyusha Kumar.
Wicket number 1 goes down. Vrinda Dinesh is out for 10. Wicket taken by Monica C. Patel. The new batter walking in is Pratyusha Kumar.
Jersey number 22.
On that occasion just tried to play soft and not very soft hand, just try to tap the ball and look for a single, but she just was nowhere near the pitch of the ball, and the ball stopped a little bit and hit the top of the bat and went for an easy catch at extra cover to Divya.
I think the catch was more spooned kind of a catch.
Absolutely.
To, the hands, and Divya quickly got on. I think she was seeing the ball like a pumpkin at that point of time.
Without-
So, gets on and does the needful. Just chai,
She just played. She just thought she could tap the ball and go for an easy single, and the foot did not move too much close to the pitch of the ball, so she ended up playing a little too early, and the ball stopping. It just hit the top of the bat, more close to the handle, and spun for an easy catch.
Yes, indeed. And what a way to start. I think that was a very unnecessary shot over there.
she looked very well settled.
Yes, she was looking dangerous. I mean, she had the bulk of the scoring out of this partnership.
This time the ball keeping low outside the off stump, moving away a little. Pratyusha, nothing to do with it.
We've been speaking about the smooth lineup of Pushpa and in action. I find that even Monica has a reasonably smooth lineup. The action, of course, is not as smooth as Pushpa's is. All the same, she has got quite a smooth, and she's quite consistent today in her line and length, not giving away too many runs, not giving away too much width.
Monica kind of uses a shoulder a lot and the back. If you see, Pushpa doesn't bend her back as much as Monica does over there, And the other thing, the other point of what I wanted to make was, like we call Rakshita Krishnappa the girl with the
Golden
arm. I think Pratyusha K is probably the girl with the golden bat over here, because she comes in and quickly scores about 20, and no one even notices that. Yesterday she actually scored 20 runs, which was
Perhaps
even more than Jemimah and Vrinda, and quietly made her walk back, but I mean, she was a bit unfortunate to be stumped yesterday, but she kind of comes in, doesn't play those very big shots.
another shot there through the cordon of fielders on the offside. The ball running down towards the cover boundary, picked up there by Minu Mani, returned 2 runs nevertheless. But I think Monica's action allows her to extract some bounce on the wicket, Krishnaswamy.
I think the moisture is helping me to get a little more balance in normal, and the ball is probably also a little holding up a little. And whenever the batters have tried to play with the front foot, this been a little uppish, just like the last ball where Jemimah played to covers. It didn't go anywhere close to the fielders, but it was a little uppish. It just bisected the cover point and cover fielder, and then she got 2 runs for that.
It was a very good shot, a bit uppish, but yes, as rightly said by Mr. Swami, fantastic 2 runs that she's achieved, and I think that's the end of the 5th over. For all our online viewers, a quick update. The Falcon Sheen Sports Club are 24 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of 5 overs.
A very good over for Falcon Herons comes to an end. Monica picking up the wicket there after the completion of 5 overs, 24 for 1.
Pushpa again into a 3rd over, Yogesh. So the captain continuing with her double medium pace attack.
Absolutely. I mean, is Divya planning to bowl them out? What do you say, Mr. Krishnaswamy?
I wouldn't think so. I think that she'll give him 3 over each and to be bowled in between her and the end. Right now she's bowling them because the batters are finding it a little difficult to drive them, cram the ball off the front foot. And with the new batter in Pratiksha K, I think she'll test her with the medium pace ball and then bring in spinner like Mini and Aniva and others who can also extract some life out of it.
Let's see what happens. Pushpa preparing to send down the next delivery from the India Nippon, and away she goes. Right arm over, and this time a confident shot there. The ball taking the outer edge and going straight to the fielder at point. It's Minu money there, I think. No addition to the total. All the fielders giving up their best enthusiastic response in the field to every shot that has been played. They know the importance of this match. Pushpa again, this time a better looking shot there from Jemimah.
There is a slight fielding change, and it's more a 5-4 field now with 5 on the left side and 4 on the leg side, and surprisingly all the fielders on the leg side are within the 30-yard bar line. The short frame like short square like short mid wicket in the middle, and the only 2 fielders who are outside the 30-yard line are deep cover and 3rd man, but for the new batter Pratiksha K, there's a change. Deep cover has been brought into cover, and short field leg has been brought back to sent back to deep field leg. Pushpa would do well not to bowl on the leg stump, notwithstanding the 5-4 field. She should keep line in the middle and half making Pratiksha play at the front foot, which can result in a spinning the catch like Vrinda did.
She does bowl one on the offside. Pratisha going on the back foot and trying to fend it away on the offside. Doesn't make contact.
It is a little short of length, and my guess is that Pushpa should make her play a little more on the front foot for her to have a better chance of getting a wicket.
All set for the next one from Pushpa. A lovely on drive there. There should be 4 runs.
Fantastic
Yes.
shot there by Pratisha Kumar. She timed it to perfection, bisecting that mid-on and short mid-wicket field. No chance for any fielder to cut that off. Helps herself for the boundary. So it's 29 for 1 and 5.5.
Pushpa tried to bowl players, trying to make her the player of the front foot. The only mistake she did was she bowled it on the leg stump, which allowed Pratiksha to play a beautiful looking on drive between mid-wicket and median, all on the carpet. As Yogesh said, none of the fielders had any chance of stopping the ball. It was a good looking shot, should give her a lot of confidence.
Ambitious cut there by Pratisha, straight in the hands of Sanjana Batni. So at the end of 6 overs, the Falcon Sheen Sports are 29 for the loss of 1 wicket.
So after the completion of the power play, Falcon Sheen Sports 29 for 1 in 6 overs. The two batters out there in the middle, Jemimah Rodrigues and K. Pratyusha.
Well, looks like there's going to be a bowling change coming in from the Falcon end. I think it looks like it's Aditi Rajesh to bowl a first over from the Falcon end to Jemimah Rodrigues, who is marking a guard.
I think it was expected, bowling change was expected with 3 overs from Monica Patel, 3 good looking overs, and maybe she'll come in between to finish on 4 overs. The Herons team have been dependent on Aditi Rajesh and many money to get them the wickets, even though the youngster Amiga Murali has been bowling well, but she's not been getting too many wickets. She's been keeping the score down, but these are the 2 spinners who have been getting wickets for them.
As you speak of Minu Mani, she is straight away in the action there at point.
side off. Deeply trying to drive on the off. Gets a thick edge. Straight to middle. The point.
Sir, is it working though? What do you the battery is working?
That's there he won't know. Sound.
No.
When you'll get
I'll give you, sir. Shubha to continue. Shubha to continue from the Indian opponent. And it's so good to see Deepti Sharma get right behind the ball to sort of. It's nice there. Minu, the ball just kept going away from Minu there, and a very good effort there by Minu, diving towards the right. Let's not forget Minu is a left-hander. She tried to cut that single there, but the ball just kept going away from her.
Falcon Sheen scores are still depending on 1-1 total, and the scoring rate is slightly still less than 5. That's a very good shot. Very good looking shot. She did more that backs it across and cuts the ball to the left of point field and minimum. Third man is a little more finer and she had no chance of stopping it.
4 good runs there to Patricia. Things squatting down a bit after 2 wickets.
She's used that gap pretty well there. Just using the pace of Shubha.
Oh my God, a mighty effort there from Shubha on the follow through.
I think she was brilliant effort. She had to change direction and dive to her right. Still got her hands to the ball but just could not hold on. Very tough catch, and if she had taken it, it would have been the catch of the tournament, definitely.
Absolutely.
Tisha survives.
Return catch requires a lot of effort there, and Shubha put every percent of it. Looked just a little bit unlucky.
On the leg side there.
Is that a leg ball or was there some bat on that? Oh, wide.
That's a wide also.
I think that hit the keeper's pads. So Shubha has given away 6 runs so far in this over.
The left-handed Deepti Sharma. Delicate nudge towards short fine and mighty shy there, but overthrows.
Well, I think that was a very ambitious run over there. Wisely sent back by Pratyusha, but the overthrow allows 1 run. So we are at the end of 10 overs now. The Falcon Sheen Sports Club are 50 for the loss of 2 wickets, and it's a strategic timeout.
So after the completion of 10 overs, Falcon Sheen Sports 50 for 2. The 2 batters out in the centre. Pratyusha batting on 12 of 14. Deepti Sharma 8 of 7. After the end of the innings.
What do you want for the mic?
this is the sixth day of the tournament, the last day of the round robin league phase. I think the wickets are showing the bottom pair of 6 days of cricket, even though there was a break of a day in between. Last 2 days we find the wickets have slowed down a bit, making it difficult. That's why we see a lot of low scores. 92, 110. Nobody has crossed the score in the last 2 days. Today also the trend seemed to be the same, and I'd be surprised if they can score more than 120 today.
But also, Krishna Swami, some of the shots that were played were uncalled for. Some of them lost their wickets needlessly, but also contributed to the lower totals, apart from the nature of the wicket.
I feel that sometimes some of the batters are not really got the wicket too well and have realized that they need to play strokes off the back foot, and that's what they did to good score. Lydia did that yesterday. She kept playing strokes of the back foot and she was successful, and whenever somebody has tried to play too many shots on the front foot, they've been hitting it, and when they brought them because of this, they tried to play short singles and a lot of runners resulted yesterday.
Misunderstanding. Absolutely. I think yesterday we had about 4 run-outs or 5.
4 in our innings and another run out in the other innings. So in a single match they were about 5.
Did Sharma taking strike there? Outside edge of that push. Straight to the point region. Akshaya, the fielder.
Dipti is fond of playing big shots, so look at him score like him. Realizing that they kept the fielders out in the boundary line.
On the boundary line.
And even a test explaining the little bit, she needs to probably play the ball and look for strokes elsewhere. A little bit probably on the offside, and but again a little risky for her considering the nature of the pitch.
She dug that one out, push it to the onside, but no runs. Here again, this time a better looking backward push, but straight to the fielder again.
Nippon is within the total run for Dipti. Probably it attempted to go over the top on lower Nippon especially, but the line being on the off and outside the attempts, she will be a little difficult.
Good looking cover drive all along the ground, but only a single. The field changing over for the right-handed Pratyusha. To turn it around on the leg side, doesn't get hold of it, nevertheless a single.
Risky shot, paddle sweep, attempted to a full length ball. Luckily for her, she was not in line with the wicket, otherwise a full toss would result in
the leg before. Aditi again, this time Dipti pushes it on the offside, end of the over.
So after the completion of 11 overs, score moving on to 52 for 2.
To all our online viewers, the Falcon Sheen Sports Club at the end of the 11 overs are 52 for 2. And I think there's a bowling change here, Nippon to come in from the India Nippon end to replace Subha Satish. So finally spin on from this end, Mr. Shri Kumar. Has got her flask. So in the morning I told her just to send one flask for me.
4 for 18 in the first match.
Yeah, but I actually have lost Bindu Madam's number, so I'm not able to get to her. Just I think coffee will do. Yeah.
Tisha getting ready.
Coffee, right?
Yes, please.
Yeah, just coffee. Yes.
Delicate touch. Anika Murli, the fielder.
With Shiva bowling the overs, Divya have got good options bowlers available with her. And then another way to bowl, one bowl in the first over. Aditi Rajesh still has a over or two left. Nika Patel has a over left. And Pushpa probably also has an over left. And we have seen Asha Jai also bowling a few overs in the early matches. So a lot of options for her.
Good to see Deepthi Sharma run down to K. Pratisha and share some notes with her there. And you know how
Turned away.
made a note of that gap there, which oh, fantastic. Oh, good fielding there. And I think they managed to get 2 runs there. So very good shot there by Pratisha, who kind of sweeps it towards the vacant deep square leg area, helping herself for 2 runs. I think Sheen's got to step up the scoring now. Hopefully this time they do it without losing another wicket.
Once again turned around to the same region, and this time Shiva Satish was unable to prevent the ball from crossing the line. 4 runs, Krishnaswamy.
Good looking shot. Again, she didn't try to hit it very hard. She just tried to put back to ball, knowing that square leg is.
Knowing the square leg is very square and there's no fielder on short square round leg. And Pratisha kept moving her short, getting some important runs.
It looked like a ramp shot. You know, she used the bat as a ramp and kind of glides the ball in the vacant deep square leg area and helps herself for a boundary there, Pratisha. And as I always say, these are a few things that she does when she comes to the wicket. Kind of keeps. She hasn't taken that many balls to get there. Let's if you go through the stats there, she's used only 19 balls. I think she's used 20 balls to get to 19 runs. Whereas we had Jemimah earlier who took 22 balls to get 12 runs, and even Vrinda scored 10 of 17 balls. So I think you need someone like this to come in at this point of time at the 1-drop, 2-drop positions, and just keep the scoreboard ticking and let the other beacons fire from the other end.
Oh yes.
After the completion of 12 overs, score has moved on to 59 for 2.
The last ball of the last over, if you see that with Pratyuksha playing with paddle flute shots, short mid-wicket to short square leg. Pratyuksha intelligently tapped the next ball to short mid-wicket, vacant short mid-wicket, and went over for crossed over for a run. Just for the information of all the viewers, at Sydney, India events have a target of 407 and are now 28 for no loss. Tough ask, 407 with Rishabh Pant, Jadeja, Ravindra Jadeja have been injured, and then the other batsmen have to play out of their skin to save the match.
Absolutely, Mr. Krishnaswamy. It's not very easy to score runs in Sydney in the second innings. I'm sure you are well aware of that, and as we speak, we see a bowling change over here. The young Anaka Murli, who was brought into the attack by Divya for the Falcon Herons Sports Club from the Falcon end, and Pratyusha manages to send one just to the square leg area and quickly steals a single, bringing Deepti Sharma onto the strike. Once again, a quick update to our online viewers. The Falcon Sheen Sports Club are 60 for the loss of 2 wickets in 12.1 overs.
Single as a result of that
I guess
comfortable on drive. Overthrows there. And they are not quite
that was needless there,
ready.
Sri Kumar. I guess
Yes.
There should be a little bit of awareness.
In fact, the two of them were surprised that they did get a overthrow there.
It was quite needless over there with that overthrow. I guess allowing the batters for an easy run. They're taking the pressure away from them. Not a good idea at this stage.
person and with technology.
ಈಗ ಬರಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ ಅದು ಇಕೋ ಸೌಂಡ್
Close to the
Is there wire? So very good running there by Deepti Sharma and K. Pratisha helped themselves for 2 runs there and at the end of the 13 overs Falcon Sheen Sports Club are 69 for 2.
Overs completed, score has moved on to 69 for 2.
Scoring rate is moving up slightly to just over 5 runs at this point in time. And again, I would like to indicate this year and having 2 to this expectations. Pratisha K is playing quite well. I think
Yeah, let us know. Sure, that sounds good.
It's Minnu Money to continue from the India Nippon end, and Deepti Sharma works one through the onside and helps herself for a single there. Score.
For a couple of hours break for me. We're doing interviews, so no sound.
Pratisha is 27 25 points. 4 boundaries.
pretty good going. The Pratisha is 27 of 25. The fielding side would do well to have a short square leg to cut off her paddle sweep shots. She got 2 4 in the last 2 overs with the same shot. I think Divya would do well to notice that and have a field to cut it off.
Absolutely, there, Mr. Krishnaswamy. The reason I back her batting there is because, she's kind of able to play those horizontal bat shots at will. It's very difficult to set a field for someone who can do that. Bringing in those quick sweeps, and then suddenly when you have the captain thinking of trying to cut the boundaries, she goes about her business on the offside with a couple of singles, and then again, puts the question into the mind. So I think probably that's what is something that is good about her batting there, and a lot of batters should actually take a leaf out of the way she goes about doing her business, about leaf out of the book. Very
A lot of field there.
This occasion, I felt that was very close there. Maybe drifting down leg over there, but looked very close from here. But as we are not exactly in the right angle to confirm that, but yes,
Wanting a single there, Pratisha.
so what can we make of this, Mr. Srikumar? Falcon Sheen Sports currently 72 runs for 2 wickets of 13.5 deliveries, so
115 to 120.
sensational batting there again. Steals a single. Pratisha retains the strike. For all our online viewers, at the end of the 14 overs, the Falcon Sheen Sports Club has 73 for the loss of 2 wickets. At the end of 14 overs, the Falcon Sheen Sports Club has 73 for the loss of 2 wickets. They were change the bowling. It's going to be Asha Joy to bowl leg breaks. Naga, who gave away a little bit of run in the last over, has been replaced. Asha will be bowling very slow leg breaks, and the batter will have to generate pace to return. Absolutely, Asha Joy. I think she had
Tossed up, but
quite a lot of drives yesterday. Asha, I think she handed the back-to-back wickets yesterday to, I think it was Zamia Sports, is it?
Yes.
Who played against? Sorry, Kini RR. My apologies. Thanks, Mr. Krishnaswamy, for correcting me there. It was the Kini RR.
Deepti Sharma on strike there. Asha Joy for the second time this over from the Falcon end.
Leg spinner to left-hander, probably Deepti Sharma will look to play with the spin on the leg side and go for some big shots with only 6 overs left. That's exactly what she does.
Vacant fine leg region, no fielder. 4 runs.
Beauty there, Deepti. She's got it into the meat of her bat and sends it swiftly down the fine leg area. The fine leg is quite square over here with Minu Mani guarding the fence. I felt she's a bit square here, Mr. Krishnaswamy.
Another sweet
I
streak.
think she is well placed because she, Asha bowled very slow leg breaks, and normal play the ball will come on the score. But one particular ball will go well down the leg stump, and that's what made it easy for Deepti to play a sweep shot fine. I think it was score like a normal play was well placed, score of the wicket.
Patricia, the right-hander now. Turned away again to a fine leg region and another boundary there.
Boundary here.
She's taken the clue from Deepti to play that shot to Yogesh.
Absolutely. I think she did very well. The best thing I like
Just
about
as Krishnaswamy was saying that the runs could come from on the leg side, and that's been happening now.
Absolutely. As I was mentioning, the best thing I like about that shot was the way she's positioned her head. The head was so still as she went through, the swing, trying to play that cut shot, trying to play the sweep shot on that occasion.
I'm not sure that Divya is doing the right thing of field placing, especially when Patricia K is batting. A short square leg to cut that paddle sweep is a must. She's got about 3 to 4 fours in that area so far. And
it's sensational there, very sensible move. Just toying with that ball over there towards the square leg area and picks herself a single, retains strike again.
End of the over.
Our online viewers again, just a quick update with the score. The Falcon Sheen Sports Club are now 84 for the loss of 2 wickets at the end of 15 overs. And I think we've got Minu Mani to continue from the India Nippon end. I wonder why Anaga Murali's been taken off the attack. She's given away 10 runs in that 1 over she bowled, and then they get Asha, who gives away 11 runs in that over. I guess there would have been a fair idea to use Anaga Murali for another over there.
Turned away to
And
be down, pushed by the fielder, single to Patricia. Bring Deepti on strike there.
that was she was not trying to hit the ball too hard there. Just manages to get the ball in that area between the mid-off. The Minu Mani to continue from the India Nippon end, and I'd like to welcome the coach of the Falcon Herons Sports Club, Mr. Srinivasmurthy, to the commentary box.
He was with us yesterday.
He was with us yesterday indeed, and we are happy to have him back here today for a few questions now. So, Mr. Srinivasmurthy, how's your day been?
wonderful.
You're having a good day. How's as the tournament is progressing, and two back-to-back wins for Herons. What do you make of it?
The guys didn't start off well, so they were in a do-or-die situation. Every game became a knockout game for them, so as such, they had to win each and every game to stay in the competition, and that they have done admirably, I would say.
Any any two of the three could go to the final. Who, according to you, could it be?
On paper, I would say Sheen stands out. They have got some quality players. So obviously, Sheen is at the top of the table. But again, in 2020, anybody can beat anyone on any given day, in fact. So we are hoping that we can pull off a victory today.
All your plans that you had have been put in place?
Till now, to an extent, I would say, if not the 100%. Till now, they have been able to restrict the quality batting lineup, but again, these are the crucial overs. Make or break, I would say. If they can restrict them below 115, that would be good.
What areas you think needs to improve in your team?
The fielding part, obviously. The fielding can be better because that is one aspect of the game which you can control. A bowler can have a bad day, a batsman can be given, a bad decision, but fielding, there is no excuse. It is totally in your hands.
As we speak to Mr. Jemimah, the coach of Falcon Herons Sports Club, Pratyusha K at the crease helps herself to the boundary, exploiting the vacant area in the deep third man, and taking the score of the Falcon Sheen Sports Club to 94 for the loss of 2 wickets at the end of the 16th over. So back to Mr. Jemimah Sheen comfortably placed at 95 for 2. What would you like them to be at the end of 20 overs today, Mr. Jemimah?
100 and below 120. If we can restrict them below 120, I think we would have done a good job, I would say. And anything beyond 130, that will be challenging.
Absolutely, and I think at this stage they are looking very comfortable. Now I see there's a bowling change coming in from the Falcon end. We've got Divya Gannon, the skipper of Herons, to bowl a first over. So what is the kind of advice that you've been giving to the players, not just about this match, but generally, how's the motivation like in your camp?
They are self-motivated, I would say. In this pandemic, when they hardly had any opportunity to play a match, they have got this wonderful opportunity to play with some of the best players in the country. The beauty about this tournament is the quality that it is producing. Five current Indian players are participating in this tournament, so the youngsters, they don't need anything else to be motivated.
Mr. Srinivas, you are talking of a total below 120. We at the commentary box also a few years back thought that they will only be able to get about 150, but last few years have got Sheen Sports a lot of runs, average of about 10 runs. It does look like they will get somewhere closer to 130. It's going to be challenging, and the only concern for me is that your team, Herons especially, has been depending to a great extent on Divya to play through the 20 overs to get them a little closer to that. Of course, there have been other people like Mimi and all supporting her, but only Divya has been playing a longer innings. What do you feel about that?
See, if you observe a couple of games, Herons lost very few wickets. First game, I think they lost only 2 wickets. That means the other girls haven't got opportunity to play that much. Of course, one game against Sheen itself, when it was washed out, they had an opportunity, but they didn't score. But I'm sure that they'll come to party today. Players like Shubha Satish, she's a wonderful player. As you rightly mentioned, Nino also has shown some very good approach towards her batting. Her technique is also very good for that matter.
What was the reason behind winning the toss and choosing to bowl today, Srinivasmurthy?
47.
Our captain felt that she was able to control the innings while chasing rather than setting a target. So that was the main thought behind winning the toss and bowling first.
Lovely shot there.
I think Pratiksha K and Deepthi Sharma are cutting leads, playing a lot more shots than they did in the initial stages. They have kept the scoreboard moving, average of 8 to 10 runs in the last couple of overs. I think it's going to be a very interesting match. And I just want to ask you one thing, that your team is the only team which has been looking for batting bonus points. The other team which got batting bonus so far is Amaya Sports. And every match your team has been looking for bonus, and in 3 matches they've been able to score more than 42 in the first 6 overs. But today, considering that they might have to chase anything between close to 130, and do you think they should look for a bonus point in the bargain, run the risk of losing a few wickets? See, if you are chasing a target of 130, then scoring 42 runs in power play makes sense. That will keep you in the hunt basically. So I would say it will be part of the chase. They don't have to do anything extra to gain that bonus point. If you are chasing around 130, scoring 42 runs will be a good foundation, I would say.
We are very happy to have the coach of the Falcon Herons Sports, Mr. Srinivasmurthy here, but I'd like to update our online viewers with the score. The Falcon Sheen Sports Club are now 103 runs for the loss of 2 wickets in 17 overs. They've got 18 more balls, and I guess at the toss we spoke to their captain Rakshita Krishnappa, who mentioned that they'd like to get something over 130. So I guess their target would be about over 27 runs to be scored of 18 balls. What do you think, Srinivasmurthy sir? Is this the way Sheen is going? I think they should be able to get their required 27 runs, but they're planning to.
With 2 second batters at the crease, that is a minimum you can expect. In fact, both Deepthi and Pratyusha have been at the wicket for almost 8 to 10 overs, so they know the condition, they know the bowlers. I am sure they will try to up the ante.
How is Anaga? She was injured yesterday.
I spoke to her in the morning. She's fine. In fact, she doesn't have any discomfort for that. That's the reason she's playing in the 11 today.
Yeah, what's the batting plan going to be like, Mr. Srinivasmurthy? Divya, I think every time Divya has carried her bat, or Divya has settled in for a long innings, Herons is on the winning side.
She's a senior cricketer now. She has been at the first class level for almost, let's say, more than 6 years, if I'm not wrong. So as such, she has assumed the role of a senior player in this team. If you observe, this is the only team which doesn't have any India player, if you observe. So she has taken the responsibility and she's leading from the ground. I'm very happy for her. She's taking up that responsibility, ensuring that we score till the end, and she, couple of games for that matter, she stayed till the last run is scored.
So as we speak to Mr. Srinivasmurthy, the coach of the Falcon Herons Sports, there's a quick strategic timeout over here, and at the end of, I think it is, it's 17.1 overs here, so change of ball, okay. So I think there's a little bit of stoppage here, and both the teams helping themselves, to some drinks. Coming back to Mr. Srinivasmurthy over here, I think I have a question coming from Mr. Sheen Kumar.
I was asking about Anga's injury, but we haven't seen her bowl much in this innings. What is the reason for that?
The main reason being Deepthi being at the crease. So they don't want left-hander facing a left-arm spinner. I think that's the thought process which has gone in our captain's mind, I feel. That's the reason we have not seen another bowl till now. If Deepthi gets out now, we can see another bowl, even if it's the 18th or 19th over.
She bowled 1 over, then she was taken off.
Yes, indeed. I think that's a very good plan. They're not getting Anaga Murali to bowl to Dipti Sharma because the ball is going to come into Dipti, so it's going to make things very easier for Dipti to exploit, the kind of bowling that will be coming from Anaga to her. So,
How do you think she's been improving?
Her progress has been really good, I would say. Anaga has a very simple and repeatable action. She has control over her length. Only thing is now she has to read the game. Bring some variation in her bowling. Basically, she has to learn to vary the pace in the bowling. She can't be just one-dimensional. Apart from that, her basics are good. She has to build on that now.
Any other promising players in your team who you think should be coming to the fore in the near future?
Sanjana Bhatni as a wicketkeeper, actually, if you see today for medium pacer, she was very comfortable keeping up to the stumps. So she has shown some positive signs. We only hope that she can improve her keeping skills against the spinners, against the turning ball, the bouncing ball. If she is able to give that assurance to the spinners, then she will have a very bright future ahead of her.
Wicket keeping has generally been good in this tournament.
I think, what do you have to say about the interstate players of your team? In Nimumani, I think she's been phenomenal the way, she's batted for Herons. Anything you'd like to, share with us?
Yeah, she has shown a lot of promise, as you said. Her technique is good, left hand number 3, coming at number 3, and then her bowling skill is also very good. She looks part of the game. She is athletic also, very good in the field. Then actually I was very impressed with Joy's bowling. She got wonderful leg breaks, well fly, control over her flight and bowling. Only thing is she has to work on her fitness. Joy was actually a joy to watch.
Very well said there. And even Akshaya, I think in one of the games, she was just toying with the opposition bowling. She was effortlessly going over the mid-wicket areas and, again going over the covers as well on some occasions. Some of the shots what I saw coming out of her willow were just extraordinary. Effortless. That's all I can say. What do you have to say on that?
Today is the test, I would say, for her. Facing the quality bowling attack like Dipti Sharma or Rajeshwari Gaikwad. Today, if our team performs well, it will give them wonderful opportunity and self-belief that yes, we can also rub shoulders with the Indian players.
The best. Oh yes.
Absolutely, and we see that you're doing an incredible job here with the Falcon Herons Sports Club, because I've seen the team right from the day one of the match, and it looks like a totally different outfit in the last 2 games there, Mr. Srinivasmurthy. What exactly have you done over there? Would you like to share that with us? What exactly is giving us this entirely changed outfit over here?
No, I won't take any credit for that matter. The credit should go to, the main coach, Mr. Mansoor Ali Khan, who was with the team for the first 2-3 games. Now he is not available. He laid the foundation. Initially the results didn't come, but the efforts are bearing fruits now, I would say.
Absolutely, that's very well said. Mansoor Ali Khan is obviously a very distinguished coach, and we all have evidenced, what he's done with several teams that he's worked with, but of course, we can't take away any credit from you either. So in his absence, building everything over the foundation is not an easy job either. When someone else lays a foundation and then you've got to create the other half of the building, it in fact is a very tough job. So I would obviously take this opportunity to give the credit to you as well there, and you've done a phenomenal job, whatever you've been doing, and we'll be biting into you later on again to keenly know, what exactly are you doing and with it, it's been a sensational day, and so let me just get back to our online viewers with the score update. The Falcon Sheen Sports Club are now 106 for the loss of 2 wickets at the end of 18 overs. So this was a very good over here. I think it was bowled by Aditi Rajesh. She's done a phenomenal job over here just to restrict them to 4 runs in this over. So we see Mr. Srinivasmurthy smiling over here, when we acknowledge that his bowlers done an incredible job there. Not easy to bowl the 17th over of the game to the likes of Pratyusha and Deepti Sharma, who were well set over there in the middle. Anything else you would like to bring up, Mr. Shri Kumar?
He should be very happy with the kind of total that his team would possibly have come up with.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Mr. Shri Kumar. I'd like to ask my co-commentator, Mr. Idris, if he's got any questions for Mr. Shri Kumar.
Thank you for bringing me in. Looking at the game today, the first innings, at the toss we discussed with the skipper, who was happy to bat first, and they wanted to score about 130-140 runs on the board. By the way the bowling has been gone through so far in this inning so far, it's been very disciplined bowling effort so far. There's not been much of movement there. There's not much for the bowlers to trouble the batsmen. We've seen the batsmen playing really well, as in comfortably, but keeping in mind the bowlers were very disciplined and very tight line and not giving away the batsmen to go.
Yeah, as you rightly put, it has been disciplined, but I would have been much more happier if they were more effective. This was I had a look at the wicket in the morning. Even though there is a lot of grass on the wicket, the underneath surface is dry, so it's actually stopping and coming. There is a little bit of assistance for the spinners also. If you see how Jemimah got into trying to drive, so the ball actually is not coming onto the bat that much easily. Stroke play is not that easy. So score has to be below 120 if we are to win the scheme.
Absolutely, Mr. Srinivas Murthy, if you remember, we met at the pitch, when we both were having a look at it, and you did mention that it's a little bit hard on the top, and the ball would stop. Even the wicket of Vrinda Dinesh, if you see, the ball kind of stopped and she had to check the shot at the last moment. I think she was trying to go for an explosive cover drive over there, and then she realized the ball wasn't there, and just kind of spooned one into Divya's hand. So I think we've got the pitch right today. So any other questions? It was okay. So that brings up the 50 of Pratyusha Kumar over here for all our online viewers. The Falcon Sheen Sports Club are now 111 for 2. Pratyusha Kumar very well placed on 52 of 44 balls.
Your favorite player?
Well, I have been backing her up, since yesterday. She quickly comes in and scores those runs. So it's been fantastic. So thank you very much, Mr. Srinivas Murthy, to find time to come and join us in the commentary box and share a few notes with us and enlighten us, with all your knowledge and what you've been doing with the team. Thank you very much once again from the commentary team.
Wish you and your team the very best.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure. It was a pleasure being here.
As that was Mr. Srinivas Murthy, the coach of the Falcon Herons Sports Club, we had on air with us. And what a man to have in the commentary box, sharing a few notes with us. And as we speak, we've got Pratyusha Kumar, who's quickly moved on to 56 of 46 balls now. And Deepti Sharma, who's 29 of 27. Both these batters have been going very well. And now I think it's the last 8 balls left now. Last 7 balls of the innings, and we've got Monica Patel, who's been bowling from the Falcon end. Deepti Sharma. Before they could, I was
Lofted shot straight towards Asha Joy. Oh God, Asha Joy gets to it and is unable to hold on to it.
Fantastic flick shot there by Deepti, straight into the hands of, I think it was Akshay or Asha Joy, I think, and we could see some butterfingers there from Asha. Well, that brings the score of the Falcon Sheen Sports Club to 118 for the loss of 2 wickets in 19 overs.
Krishnaswamy, considering that they've got... Oh, sorry.
After the completion of 19 overs, Falcon Sheen Sports are 118 for 2. The 2 batters in the centre, Pratyusha 57 of 47 deliveries and Deepti Sharma 31 of 28 deliveries, a partnership of over 80 runs.
Krishnaswamy, I was just about to ask you, with so many wickets on hand, I think these sort of shots should have come much earlier.
Probably yes, but when you look at the score from the last 5 or 6 overs, they're getting an average of about 8 to 10 runs. That's what has taken the total further to 130. So I don't think that they need to play this kind of lofted shots earlier than this. Of course, last 2 overs always you look for as many runs as possible, and they're playing the lofted shots, slightly so. And these 2 are set batsmen, and they've put on more than 80 runs, and they also had to ensure that they stay till the last. Any new batter coming in will take a little bit more time to settle down, play big shots.
Well,
Surely.
It's Pushpa to hold the last over of this innings from the India Nippon end, and I think that's going to be her 4th over.
She bowled 3 overs on the trot.
I think probably Pratyusha and Deepti would have about 12 to 14 runs in their mind.
What will be in their mind is as many runs as possible, even if it's 25.
And they would also wish that they get 7 balls in this over.
An attempt to go for it, but completely missing there was Pratyusha. Nevertheless, a single. The field changing over for the left-handed Deepti Sharma on strike. Pushpa setting the field there. Asking Skralik to move right onto the boundary. Packed offside field. The familiar side of the innings.
I think they've got a packed offside field over here, and so from the looks of it, she's going to bowl way outside off. She wants to restrict. They even want to stop the singles. Oh yes, as you see, trying to get Deepti to play across over here.
Completely missing it there. Luckily,
I would even think that with a field set on the offside, with all the fielders excepting the longer bin within the 30-yard line, good thing if they want to place the ball, try and place the ball between these fielders, which will usually get a 4 runs.
straight to Asha. Overthrows again.
That was too ambitious over there. That wasn't required. That wasn't called for. They weren't even trying to
go for it. This is the second gifted overthrow.
I think they need to chase the wickets right now.
I think she got a little excited.
What's going to make it difficult for Pushpa is, these fielders, the batters changing the strike, because it's again going to take a lot of time for the fielders field setting to the...
No, it's more than that. When the left-hander, right-hander combination is over the line, which she has to adjust, is more difficult for her. So, if she can keep one up...
Again dropped. The throw hitting Tisha on the helmet.
So, I'm not sure... I'm not sure who the fielder was. I think it is... Is it Pooja Dhananjaya, is it? It's Pooja Dhananjaya, who's coming as a substitute fielder, or... Yep. So, I think she just clearly misjudged the catch there, allowing them a single. And 2 more balls in this over now. And brings a left hand on strike. Pushpa, let's see how Pushpa adjusts.
Lot of fuel, but then again,
Very good single there.
Single.
Stolen by Pratyusha and Deepthi. I think it was more of a leg bias there, was it?
yes,
I think bowling 20th over is not easy, and Pushpa has been doing a very good job.
Incredible job, yeah, incredible. But as I again like to mention, fantastic innings over here by Pratyusha.
oh yes.
58 of 49, and she takes the last ball of the over. Probably she has a maximum in her mind. Let's see what she gets for this. Okay,
Took out from the offside, only a single.
taking the score up to
I was surely the fielder there.
103. So the target for the Falcon Herons Sports Club would be 124 if they have to get across the line, register a victory here. I think there was some sensational batting over there by Deepthi Sharma, who's 32 of 31 balls and goes not out, and Pratyusha K, who was 59 of 50 balls and put together a score of about 123 runs on board for the Herons to chase. So we'll be getting our co-commentator shortly who's got the latest jingles from Bollywood, I guess, to take over and entertain our viewers, both online and in field, to tickle their musical sides. And we'll see you very shortly after the break.
पतंग से लड़ गए जैसे मस्त लगे जैसे मस्त से चढ़ गए हमको जैसे करंट जैसे निकला करंट जैसे तेरा होने से करंट जैसे नशे से चढ़ गए कुड़ी नशे से चढ़ गए पतंग से लड़ गए कुड़ी पतंग से लड़ गए नशे से चढ़ गए कुड़ी नशे से चढ़ गए
Alright, we're going to get set here for the second innings here of this game. The match between Team Falcon Sheen Sports versus Falcon Herons Sports. Toss won by the skipper of Falcon Herons Sports and elected to bowl first, and they restricted their opposition to 123. So the target for them to chase down is 124 and 20 overs. We're going to be back soon, shortly.
Very good afternoon to our online viewers. Thanks to Mr. Ibris who took us through the innings break and briefed us about the proceedings. To continue further, we got the opening batters of the Falcon Heron Sports Club in Divya Gyananand and Subha Satish, the left-hand right-hand combination to start the innings, and I think it's going to be Niranjana Nagarajan possibly from the Falcon end, as she's regularly been bowling.
We're about to begin with the second innings here. The chase here about to begin. The officials are ready. The fielding team is ready. The two batters are up there in the center. Divya Gananand on strike, and the non-striker is Sobha Satish. And starting the proceedings with the ball is going to be jersey number 99, Niranjana.
Good, how are you?
Three memorable knocks in this tournament by Divya. Yogesh?
Absolutely, Mr. Sri Kumar. We all know how dangerous and damaging Divya can be, but we also know how damaging and
Niranjana could be.
yes, absolutely. It's all about who's going to hold on to their nerves at this point of time. As rightly Mr. Srinivas Murthy in his interview today with us mentioned, 120 is something what they were looking at. So pretty much it's an even contest now.
Even contest, certainly.
They have got them just over 120, just about.
That's what we were expecting.
Yeah.
Exactly, that's what happened.
It all is going to begin the way Divya is going to handle this now, I guess.
Locked shot. Turned away, over square leg. 6.
Niranjana touch
First aggressive shot of the day for a Falcon maximum.
Niranjana touch shot on this occasion. Divya does the right thing, just planting her back foot right behind the line of the ball and sending one through over the vacant mid-wicket area for a boundary. So, but Niranjana's, she's got some tricks up her sleeve to, come back. Let's see how she comes back after this boundary.
Sri Kumar, 123 is a par total. I wouldn't call it a daunting thing. Probably 130, 135 would have been much more difficult. It's not an easy score for Herons either. It's going to be a tough match. Probably Srinivas looking more like 115, 8 runs more. It's not really going to make so much of difference, but the only concern for me is that the Herons team is so much dependent on Divya. and India needs to be there around. She needs to cut out the race, keep the scoreboard moving, and she has done it earlier. She has realized her responsibilities. She knows that she needs to play through the overs for the team to have a good chance. Her first over has been good. She has been very methodical. She has just tried to play at the back foot easily, brought a four of a short ball and stayed on a ball to third man for a single. I think she is cutting out all those, trying to play herself in.
I think against Kinney she got out early and they lost the match.
Yes, indeed. And if she allows Niranjana to settle down into this rhythm, then we've all seen what damage Niranjana can make. But look, it's not a very easy task cut out either for Divya, because she's got to hold on to her shots and at the same time, get those singles, doubles, so that bowlers like Niranjana don't settle down.
If you have noticed, Niranjana generally bowls 2 overs in the first spell, and unless she gets a wicket, she doesn't bowl the third over. And last match we found that she got 2 wickets, and that's the reason why she was given the third over. So I think if these two batters play her out, getting about 5 or 6 runs an over, she will see her through.
End of the over, the first one.
So after the completion of the first over, score moving on to 7 without loss.
Yes, indeed. As you rightly said, Mr. Krishnaswamy, Niranjana tends to bowl 2 overs in a first spell, and if she manages to get a wicket or 2, she comes back. She continues with the third over from that end. So, but as I said, Niranjana has bowled only from that end so far in this tournament, which is a...
She did have a spell from this end once, Yogesh.
Oh, did she?
Yes.
Maybe I missed out on that. How did she go about?
Not very productive. And as we saw last time, Deepti Sharma to start the proceedings from the Nippon end. Krishnaswamy?
Yeah, I think they have done away with opening with the medium pace bowlers. Last match, again was a morning match, first innings, they bowled 2 medium paces. Now they've gone back to the spinner, Deepti Sharma, who was she used to bowling with a new ball. She very regularly bowled with a new ball for the Indian team, and she keeps it tight. She doesn't give away width, she doesn't give away too many loose balls. And again, Divya would do well to be a little careful in playing Deepti, and if they can see the first 3 or 4 overs go, I mean, they keep 4 or 5 runs or 5 runs and over, I mean, they can either look for a bonus point or look to build on to win the match.
I think Rakshita is expecting a catch in that mid-wicket area. What a shot. What a shot.
Nicely driven off the back foot. Through the covers for 4.
Anything that you bowl to Divya, a little shot, she's very quick to move on to her back foot and hand a boundary. I think what is required is more of a middle and leg line to Divya. She doesn't try to use that fine leg area or square leg area much. She anything presented in that in the middle stump line, she tries to go over mid-on or to mid-wicket. So
Yogesh, the trick would be to make a play of the front foot. Divya is quite strong of the back foot. She has played pull and cut. If she meant to play of the front foot, there were better chance of getting a wicket.
Wild swing there.
With the long on the boundary line and deep mid-wicket again on the boundary line, 2 fielders outside the 30-yard line, I think they can afford to bowl slow on the good line, making the play forward instead of bowling short and giving more runs.
I think the plan for the Sheen opening bowlers should be to restrict this pair, or probably pick up a wicket or two and restrict them to about 30 odd runs in the first 6 overs, because after that we've got Rakshita Krishnappa and E. Padmaja, who would come from Nippon. There you go.
Yes, she's out. A very important breakthrough there for Sheen as Divya slams that one up his shot, unable to keep it down, and
that was Divya Gyananand who played that shot, right?
yeah, I think being off that catch.
The minute she was not to play the front foot, she just tried to lob the ball and didn't connect at all. And
just as you were saying, the trick is to bring her on the front foot, and that's what they did. Krishnaswamy.
Wicket.
Designer blow. I think it's going to be a tough goal. Now that they don't have any batters.
Is that Minu money? Okay, go on. You can go on.
First wicket falls there. First wicket falls there. Divya trying to pierce the fielder, gets out, scored 11 runs, and the new batter who's walking in, Minu Money.
To all our online viewers, once again, that was a fantastic delivery there by Deepti Sharma to get rid of Divya Gyananand, who was initially looking very dangerous, but she was caught at mid-off. A very comfortable catch, very comfortable catch taken over there by Chansi Krishnamurthy, who does no mistake in accepting that catch from Divya. So we have two left-handers on strike now in Shubha Satish and Minu Mani. And I think what a way, as we were just speaking, the kind of line. 11 for the loss of.
So after the completion of 2 overs, Falcon Herons Sports 11 for 1, losing Divya Gyanananda to Deepti Sharma.
Two left-handers
to our belt now, and Niranjana to continue from the Falcon end.
Good looking drive straight to the fielder. Oh, that's a misfielding by Chansi. Robbed that catch, nevertheless 2 runs.
Not sure who that was over there.
Chansi.
It was a fantastic drive there by Shubha Satish, and Chansi a little bit clumsy over there with the fielding. Allows the batters to get through for a double. What looked like a comfortable single. The batters were then rewarded with yet another run.
This time straight to the fielder, Deepti Sharma.
Absolutely.
Getting down there, stopping.
Niranjana is kind of settling into a very good line to the left-handers. Now understanding that both left-handers are in there. I think she's touch too full to, Shubha's liking. Maybe she just needs to pull the length a little bit back, and the same thing what Vrinda did. I think Shubha here, would end up doing something like that. So
here she comes. Cut away this time.
Wicket was a little damp in the morning, and that's the reason why I always find it difficult to drive at the front foot. It must have evened out now. The sun shining, the natural going, the ball will come on little more smoothly than it was doing in the morning. So driving will not be that difficult, but it will not be as bad as it was in the morning.
Yep. Yes, I probably think you're right there, Mr. Krishnaswamy. I think the conditions have changed from, early on, but
turned away. Fine leg. That's going to be 4 runs. Simran unable to get to it.
That was off the bat, is it? That was Simran Henry there, trying to cut the boundary off
Like any bowler would
on that occasion.
like any bowler would like to bowl runs. Niranjana seemed a little upset with Simran, but Simran was moving with the ball. She just had no chance of stopping it.
I guess they were expecting her to
No matter
put that dive in.
how much she would have tried.
I guess the reaction coming from Niranjana is quite justified. I mean, every fast bowler would feel the same way. From their end, I think it just looks like anything that goes towards the fielder can be intercepted. That's how fast bowlers think. And me being a fast bowler, I also think the same way as Niranjana does. I don't say we are right, but yes, we do.
Lovely shot there for 4 runs. Past point up his shot. Getting the
That
meat of
shot
the bat.
there just kept us interested for a little while. I don't think those shots are required at this stage.
After the conclusion of 3 overs, the score has moved on to 21 for 1. The 2 batters out there in the centre, Shubha batting on 10 and Mino Money yet to open her account.
Sorry.
It was a full and very wide at the off stump, giving no good for Shubha to field arms. She played it a little officially, but she played it in the gap, and there was no risk of anybody trying to catch that particular ball. Yeah, I mean, I always said she should do well to be a little careful. Now that the way about she has to carry on, play a lot, big innings.
We have a lot of responsibility on this particular pair. They are capable of big knocks, no doubt, but they need to remain at the wicket. Dipti again operating from the Nippon end.
Good start to the over, the 4th over by Dipti. So it's 3 overs and 21 runs. Do you think the bonus point is running in their minds at this stage, Mr. Krishnaswamy?
If I were to be the coach of batting team runs, I would rather tell the batters to go for a victory and 4 points than really go for a bonus point and do the few more wickets and lose the chance of winning the match. 1 point is not going to be so disabled for you to qualify. Remember that Kim Arar has been doing well and they're going to be playing an iron sport which is at the bottom of the table. So I think the correct thing would be to look for the victory, and remember that Herons are also a little higher than King Arar in the run rate.
In fact, they should have been higher, Krishnaswamy, because yesterday they were lost a lot of wickets in the end.
Yes, it would have been.
What it looks like is they've got about 9 balls, 15 balls, and they would be requiring about 20 runs for the bonus point at this stage.
Cut away nicely, straight
I
to
think
the fielder.
if they would have been in the same
Back to the
position
point
without
shoulder.
losing Divya Gyananand, they could have tried to go for the bonus point.
If Divya had not got out, I'm sure the score would have been at least 25 instead of being 20. But that would have given a better chance. Find that, Miniman has just come. She needs to get settle down. She needs a few balls to guard the bowling as well as the bounce. So she's playing straight to the fielder at this point in time. So I don't really think that they are thinking in terms of 1 point man.
And the bowls are very tidy over there.
End of the over.
And
After the completion of 4 overs, the score has moved on to 22 for 1.
Deepthi nicely settling down, bowling her subtle off spinners. I think a fantastic over there, very tidy over there that she's bowled from the India Nippon end. And now a bowling change here. As you rightly said, Mr. Krishnaswamy, Niranjana wasn't really lucky with the wickets today. She wasn't among the wickets. So we see a bowling change over there in Rajeshwari Gaikwad, who's going to operate from the Falcon end. And I think the ball would be moving into Minnu Mani. And we've got the owner of the Kiniara Sports Club just passed by and waved at us, Mr. Kiran.
They have a set pattern.
Rajesh Patil.
Sorry. They have a set pattern of 2 overs for Niranjana under she takes a wicket.
Legs for 4 to the fine leg fence. Simran again stationed the little squarer, unable to get to it. 4 more of the first ball from Rajeshwari Gaikwad operating from the Falcon end. Yes, Yogesh?
I think not an ideal start that Rajeshwari would have probably expected of. I think Simran was a bit more squarer on that occasion, and now I see that she's moved into a little bit finer position. But well, I don't think that was the ideal ball to start with. Straying down leg. Ooh, a good comeback there by Rajeshwari. Look, Rajeshwari is one of those bowlers, who quickly recovers. She was, she bowls well within her limits. Doesn't try to do anything fancy.
And she's out, yes. Minnu steps out to drive that one, misses it completely.
Fantastic.
And the bails are off in a flash.
That's an awesome wicket there coming in for the Falcon Sheen Sports Club. I don't think that was required at that point.
No, but when you expect them to look at the bonus point, he was clearing the mind, and that's exactly what they did.
Loss of so Minnu Mani is out, and one left. It's Aditi Rajesh coming.
Wicket number 2 goes down, Minnu Mani is out, and the new batter who's walking in is Aditi Rajesh.
We'll have a left.
Yogesh, when the bonus point plays in your mind, you tend to take it in the race, and that's exactly, at least I believe, happened, that she stepped out without judging the length of the ball, and she was nowhere close to the pitch of the ball, and the ball being turned straight, and then Pratisha K had an easy something to do, but what I would like to mention is that Pratisha K had a very good innings today. She played about 60 plus mark, and wicket keeping has also been very good throughout the tournament. She has been pretty quick in her stumpings, quick with her hands. She has done a very good job for Falcon Sheen as a wicket keeper too.
She had 3 dismissals the other day.
Yes, indeed. I guess Minnu Mani wasn't even trying to come back into the crease. I think she was well aware that Pratisha is on top of the wicket. She got the bails off in a flash, and Minnu Mani just didn't bother returning back. So I think it's going to be some kind of a building required over here now of the innings by Aditi Rajesh and Subha Satish, and let's not forget both of them are quite dangerous, and they both are quite capable of doing that. But I think this is exactly the kind of situation what we were talking about, where our golden arm girls from either end would operate, after this and try to put the brakes on. So
Mr. Srikumar, I think we shouldn't forget that these two batters are up against far more experienced than
Very much.
Nippon and Rajeshwari in the other end, Nandana and also Golden Man Gold,
Yet to bowl.
to bowl, Rakshita to bowl, Janana with her experience can and so
26 for 2. Yeah, go on. Yeah, 5 overs.
After the completion of 5 overs. .26 for 2 after 5 overs.
Deepti Sharma to operate from the Nippon India end.
Quick single there.
That was Rajeshwari Gaikwad, I think, trying to affect the run out there. Deepti is into her third over. Is it? Yes, I think it looks like she's in a third over, and she's been very miserly with the runs. From what I see here, it's been only 5 runs now, 6 runs out of 2.1 overs, so it's 6 runs that she's conceded out of...
Taken the most important wicket as well, Yogesh.
Absolutely. I mean, one important wicket. I think there was...
Yes, that's what I said.
Yes.
The most important wicket.
Yes, of Divya Gananan.
Mr. Srikumar, talking of the bowling attack of Falcon Sheen, we spoke of a few of them, including Rakshita. They also have options. Simran Henry can bowl reasonably good.
Forget Padmaja.
Not to forget Padmaja, who from Andhra team, who bowls some tidy medium pace overs in the early matches. I think quite a few options. Quite a few good options there.
Very much.
What we saw Aditi Rajesh do at that point of time, there's a very smart field placement here. They've got Niranjana, who's the tallest fielder in their side at mid-on, and they kind of got Aditi Rajesh to go over her. Now Aditi should be mindful that she's only going to get a single with that shot, but she's going to understand that is that shot really necessary just to get a single, and is that worth the risk? Because had it been a little closer to Niranjana, I'm sure that she would have
got it.
Grabbed the catch over there. We've seen her do that yesterday with the return catch. That's more sensible by Aditi there. Just
turned away again.
The ball to the short mid-wicket area and steals a single there. I think both these batters need to continue like this and get their team over. I think someone needs to do the job what Pratisha has done for Sheen today.
Yes, and, very much.
I think there should be some kind of a partnership like Pratisha and Deepti between these two.
Nicely driven through the covers. Chandasi, the fielder, 1 run. Rakshita, I beg your pardon, the fielder.
Yeah, it is down. It's not just down. It's
hoisted, and that was quite close to the left of Niranjana. She sprinted up, but wasn't able to get to it.
not picking up. Yeah, that's what.
It's not opening the page for me. Like I wasn't fresh. You had it open.
End of the over.
We're done with the power play. 6 overs gone, 32 for 2.
Exactly what you were expecting.
Yes, absolutely. At the end of 6 overs, the Falcon Herons Sports Club are now 32 for the loss of 2 wickets, and I repeat again, there's Shubha Satish, 13 of 15 balls, and Aditi Rajesh, 3 of 6 balls. And Rajeshwari to operate from the Falcon end. Oh,
Simran stops at 1.
Simran does well on this occasion to restrict, I think it was Aditi, to a single.
Six over behind, the temptation of bonus point behind numbers will now consolidate and look to overcome the many loss of wickets and play to get 124. And a little bit of consolidation this time. These two batters should put up a good partnership, lay the foundation for the other batsmen to come and
Try and have a go at it.
Absolutely. The required run rate is only 6.59 here, and the current one is only 5.37, so they're not that far behind. They just need to stabilize their innings. We all know that they've got the likes of Ayushi Soni, Monica Patel and Pushpa Kirasur, who can go after the bowling.
Before Vrinda could have a shy, the two of them cross over for a single. Play that shot mid-off there.
So it's 6.3 overs and 35 for 2. So I think all the single business is going to stop once Rakshita and Padmaja start operating from either ends. So I think they're very much mindful of where they are at.
Turned away again into the vacant wicket region before.
So very good work there. Shubha was interested for another run there to convert the single into a double, but Aditi felt, that she wouldn't be able to make it. A wise call there because Niranjana was charging onto the ball very quickly. It's a fantastic nut there. So the equation at this stage is only 88 runs required of 79 balls.
They're still very much in it, despite the loss of those 2 wickets.
Oh, see that ball rise?
Ball rise very sharply there.
Very, very sharply. To all our online viewers, the Falcon Herons Sports Club are 36 for the loss of 2 wickets. At the end of 7 overs. At the end of 7 overs, the Falcon Herons Sports Club are now 36 for the loss of 2 wickets. You've got Subha Satish and Aditi Rajesh at the crease.
Bowling change at the India Nippon end, Yogesh. Padmaja coming on.
Padmaja.
Krishna Swami, as you were mentioning, variety in the attack, one more introduced.
I guess.
Yeah, I think Padmaja bowled extremely well in the last couple of matches. She didn't go much, she kept it tight, and it also helped Rakshita bowled. And on both sides, when they couldn't really throw the pace or get enough runs, the opposite team ended up losing wickets. That's exactly what the role of Padmaja is doing, just keep it tight, stump to stump bowling. And if the batters have to score, they have to take more risk than what they normally would be doing.
A little bit of change in the field over here. We've got Deepti Sharma guarding the deep mid wicket end, and Jemimah Rodrigues at the mid-on for Aditi Rajesh. And looks like Sheen feels that Aditi is going to try and go after Padmaja over here?
I think the fielding team expects Aditya Rajesh as well as Shubha to play some big shots. They're having fielders on the boundary line who can move well and who are good catchers also. I think both Jemimah and Geeti have a very good hands, good safe pair of hands. They're fit movers on the field, and that's the reason they probably think that badminton is going to play some big shots.
Nicely driven, single chance of a run out there, but Rakshita's throw just going over the top of the stumps.
That was a very active run there by Sudha Satish, taking the risk against the arm of Rakshita Krishnappa, who normally hits the wickets 9 out of 10 times. But good over so far for Padmaja, 3 runs of 3 balls. The batter is not trying to do anything fancy at this stage, as I think they're having a good look at Padmaja. I think they've done their homework well. You know, they know that what. Oh, there was a nick, was it?
Edge, yes, I think it was an edge.
It was a chance. I thought
A little bit wide, was it?
Patricia should have taken the catch. It didn't go too far away from her. She just didn't probably anticipate the edge and the deviation she got. But otherwise, it would have been a reasonably simple catch. It didn't go too far away from her.
Edge that was? Niranjana?
Gate 4.
Was it? Year 4? Yeah. Oh my God, imagine having that wicket over there. Pratisha should have held on to that.
Another attempt to drive square, the ball taking the thick outrage, and
fantastic effort there, but I think
the ball crossing the line there.
I'm not sure it was there.
Difficulty of changing the field depending where the ball goes to the previous ball. The edge went fine and Rakshita made a third man very fine, and next ball was slightly short, and Aditya Rajesh played it square and turning him to cover a lot of ground. She put him wide, but she still wasn't able to save the runs. I think the 2-4 of the last 2 balls have pushed up the weight quite a bit.
That was Krishika Reddy there who came up with that valiant effort, but
Ken tapped into the
cover
region.
Stopped the ball there, but
Rajeshwari,
that's a fantastic effort there.
So after the completion of 8 overs, score has moved on to 47 for 2.
The par total at the Saprasiddhi Sports Estadio, Yogesh, closer to the 50 mark at the end of the halfway mark, 10 overs.
Absolutely, Mr. Sri Kumar, and Rakshita comes on to the attack. Well, Padmaja hasn't actually justified, what we've been speaking about. She's, maybe the drop catch, you can say. Had she got that catch, we were almost on the dot over there.
Your favorite batsman did a good job, and now your favorite bowler is on, Yogesh. Let's see. All the best to you.
The owner of the Falcon Sheen Sports Club, Mr. Ganesh, passing on his pleasantries to us as he moves past the commentary box.
The golden arm of Rakshita is restricted to her bowling. She couldn't hit the wicket with her fielding. She's aiming for it.
Ooh.
In the range of that bat trickling down towards the
I think Rakshita should
Find the
try and
region.
give Padmaja another over from this end. I'm not sure if she's thinking of that. Because both those shots, there you go.
and that
There you go.
she's out.
Golden arm.
The golden arm.
The golden
Very
arm.
striking.
I think she's got the Midas touch over there. Shubha Satish gets it straight into the hands over there of, I'm not sure who it was. I think it was Simran Henry, was it? Or it was Vrinda. We stand corrected over here by the Sheen administrators in Mr. Girish. So let me see who's coming on. I think is that Ayushi?
For the information of all the viewers, at Sydney, India are 92 for 130 overs, chasing 407. Rohit Sharma is batting with 52 and Pujara has just done 8 runs. And Shubman Gill is the batsman out having scored 31.
Wicket number 3 goes down for Falcon Herons Sports. It is Shobha Satish who gets out for 17 of just 21 deliveries. Caught by Vrinda Dinesh, bowled Rakshita Krishnappa. The new batter walking up to the crease is Ayushi Soni.
Well, we've got one right over here, Mr. Sri Kumar and Mr. Krishnaswamy. Rakshita has proved us right, and I still feel that Padmaja is also capable of backing Rakshita's good work, and I think
Backing your opinion.
I've just been interacting with Rakshita a little bit. I think she was also pleasantly surprised with the wicket she's been getting.
Absolutely, Mr. Krishnaswamy. In the presentation ceremony yesterday, I asked her the same question. I asked her, do you realize that you are up there with the wickets? And she had no clue. There you go. That's what she does. She actually, puts hold on these batters. Doesn't give them any pace to work with. Now you see that even I think Padmaja is a touch quicker than Rakshita, and that's why she was taken to that third man area. For that single. I mean, for the boundary.
Forward defensive.
Absolutely, as reminded by
Bat presented there down the track. Back to the bowler.
Than what Rakshita's length is like, but also other thing is Padmaja uses the corridor a little more, whereas Rakshita is right on that off stump and middle stump line. So I think if Padmaja starts using the areas like what Rakshita is, there you go. And so had this ball been bowled by Padmaja, probably it would have gone to the boundary because there would have been a lot of pace to work with. Yeah.
End of the over.
After the completion of 9 overs, the score has moved on to 48 for 3.
So it's a very I think it's a bowling change over here from the India Nippon end. We've got I think Simran to bowl the first over, and as I rightly said, I had a feeling that Rakshita is going to take Padmaja out of the attack. I felt she deserved another over there because she had actually created that edge of Aditi Rajesh, and maybe if she had a chance to have another go at her, I think Sheen would have been rewarded with another wicket there. So
sometimes captains think that in 20-over cricket, 1 over spell is what anybody should do, for a simple reason that they don't want the batsman to get settled to the rhythm of the bowlers. That could be one case, one reason, and of course she went for nearly 10 runs in the last over. That could be another. I agree that she created a catching opportunity without any doubt. But 2020 is such that, thinking keeps changing over the year.
As the situation develops.
Look, I guess the right thing would be to get the likes of Asha Joy and I think it is Akshaya, who goes about using the long handle sometimes, and it's very important that Sheen tries to get them early into the game, because that would frustrate them a little bit, and it would make things easier for them. So Sheen has to keep attacking and trying to get these wickets. They already got 3, and I think okay, Simran Henry is bowling a pretty tidy line there.
Attempt to push it on the offside, missing it completely there, Aishi.
Hey, thanks man, thanks so much.
Simran from the Indian opponent. Aishi comes out to the pitch of that one, pushes it to the onside. Fielded there by Rakshita. Turned away.
Very nicely worked by Ayushi Soni to the safe hands of Niranjana Nagarajan, who quickly gets across to the deep square leg area and restricts them to a single. So we've got one more.
End of the over.
So we've got the strategic timeout and drinks come up now at the end of 10 overs. The Falcon Herons Sports Club are 51 for 3.
So we're done with the halfway stage of this innings. Falcon Herons Sports 51 for 3 after the completion of 10 overs. The 2 batters out there in the centre, Ayushi Soni and Aditya Rajesh Shimoda.
If I remember correctly, Falcon Sheen were 50 for 2 in the inning, and nothing much between the two teams. It's just one run, one wicket difference. But if Sheen Sports can get 70 and runs in 10 overs, I'm sure that these Herons also can do. But only thing is, we need to really bat well with a lot of sensible batting, sensible running between the wickets.
Halfway stage in terms of overs, also in terms of the target. Rakshita operating from the Falcon end. Right arm over, well pitched up and driven straight back to her by Ayushi. well struck, but not very well placed. The ball going straight down the track.
That's a very tidy line there by Rakshita, Mr. Srikumar.
Surely.
The equation at this stage is 73 runs required of 59 balls.
This time she managed to place it better to the right of the bowler. Single. Down to long on. Padmaja, the fielder there.
Simran Henry did a very tidy job in the last over, and with conceding only 3 runs of that 1 over that she's bowled so far. So I think Rakshita is just going to try and put more brakes on over here.
Lovely drive there, fielded very well by Jemimah Rodrigues.
Good commitment there by Jimmy. Quite quickly moves on to
At mid-off.
right and intercepts the ball, not allowing that single.
Turned away this time.
It's fantastic over
Square.
there. Rakshita putting the brakes on the scoring over here. Look, now this is exactly what she does. She kind of doesn't try too hard. She makes the batsman, come up with that error.
Aditi wanting a run. She's sending her back, quite rightly so. End of that over, a good over. Nevertheless.
So after the completion of 11 overs, Falcon Herons Sports 53 for 3. The equation right now is 71 runs required of 54 deliveries.
'71 or 54 the equation. Simran continuing the bowling operations from the India Nippon end.
Absolutely. I think that's a great move. Simran's gone only for 3 runs. As long as she manages to bowl into the areas that she started off with in the last over. So there you go.
Passed it there. There's a lovely shot there by Aishi.
Aishi Soni.
Right over long on.
Aishi Soni goes
Falcon maximum.
here. Aishi Soni quickly onto her feet. Goes after the over-pitch delivery, straight downtown over the heads of Rakshita Krishnappa, and brings up the first Falcon maximum of the day. So
someone needed for sure.
Finally someone's sent the ball over the ropes.
It was a good hit. She got to the pitch of the ball, got under the ball and hit to the middle of the bat. It comfortably cleared the long on fielder. I'm sure it should have gone at least about 15-20 yards beyond the boundary line.
Surely, Krishnaswamy.
I stand corrected over here.
Single of the next ball there.
Ibis. The first Falcon maximum was by Divya Gyananand today. This was the second one, but both of them are coming off the Falcon Herons Sports Club, Ibis.
Delicate touch, a bit of hesitation there, but Aishi making her ground even as Dipti rushed in to return.
Ayushi on that occasion was a little bit reluctant there,
she stopped actually midway.
For a minute she just put on the brakes. I felt she was going to send Aditi Rajesh back into her crease, but then she took off when she realized that Deepti's few steps away than she expected, And there's a stoppage in play here. I think it's Ayushi Soni calling for some spray. And as
she desperately lunged forward to get into the crease.
I think both the batters are very mindful of the equation now, Mr. Sri Kumar.
Oh, yes. Ayushi forward again. Deepti.
Fantastic work there by Deepti.
Being that stop at mid-on. No run. This time
I'd like to welcome our fellow commentator Ibris to our online viewers here. And I think there's one more ball in this over. Simran Henry still looking good on the board with 11 conceded of 11 balls. She had a very good last over wherein she yielded only 3 runs, and she's gone for a few runs with Ayushi taking on a full length delivery and sending her over the ropes.
So after the completion of 12 overs, score has moved on to 62 for 3.
how do you read the situation, Ibris?
It's an interesting phase of the game right now. 62 runs required of 49 deliveries. It's not out of reach. It's not impossible. It's a good task. It's a challenging task. These two have to carry on with the momentum they have right now. As we saw in the previous over, a massive 6 which was hit by Ayushi Soni that showed how good a form she is in. So if these two battle on for a long time, they're definitely in the game.
Oh yes, why not?
I think that was a fantastic hit there by Ayushi Soni. From what it looked like, she just went with the flow of her bat. She would have got the ball right in the meat of her bat. And the sound that it made was so good to hear, and the ball sailing over. So I think she almost cleared about 70 meters there, because the ropes are about 60 meters. So she's gone over by about 10 meters.
Rightly said, it's a 6 on any given ground today. Trying to force the shot there, suggesting that the ball is not coming onto the bat as she would have liked it. Trying to get a step ahead of the crease and try to reach the ball rather than waiting for the ball to hit the bat.
Absolutely.
No run.
She was trying to pick up that quick single. Oh,
swung away.
She was trying to pick up a quick single, but she realized Jemimah was in her way. But well, if you can play shots like this, if you can play shots like this, why would you want to run a single, which would have been that close?
Absolutely right. When you know that you can get the boundary, so you don't have to take those risks, especially when you're batting in such a good form. You know where the boundary line is, you know where the boundary line fielders are, you know where the gaps are. You just wait for those bad deliveries to come to you and you make the use of it.
That's exactly what happened now.
What I see of Ayushi Soni, even with this shot, Ibris, I think what she kind of reads the very early and kind of goes with the flow. She tried to do the same on this occasion, but well, the golden arm girl again.
Rightly said, the golden arm girl has done it again. Could this be the game-changing moment, sir?
Why not? Should be, because the way Ayushi was going after the bowling, getting runs in plenty, but then she struck a very vital blow, as important a wicket as that of Divya, I would say.
Absolutely, as we discussed earlier, Padmaja was using that corridor outside the 5th and 6th stump area, whereas Rakshita is more on, the off and middle line, and she always, she makes the batsman play as much as possible. She keeps the batsman, the batter occupied, and the batter is always going to think, all right, it's going to be on my body now, what am I going to do next, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, she'll do all that and more as long as you're there at the mic, Yogesh.
So it's all working out.
From day one.
You want me to do it, or? So the fall of the wicket, Ayushi Soni takes the long walk back to the dugout. That brings, I think, Akshaya to the crease.
The new batter which walked in is Akshaya. Interesting moment of the game here, 68 for 4, one more to go for the 13th over to be completed. I say it's tricky because they've lost 4 wickets and can't afford to lose any more wickets in the next few overs. So there's a good partnership which was being built on, and one rash shot, a classic case of you miss, I hit, and the batsman had to walk back.
Absolutely.
End of an over.
At the end of
a very vital blow struck there by Rakshita.
At the end of the 13th over, the Falcon Herons Sports Club 68 for the loss of 4 wickets. Coming back to our discussion, it was Ayushi Soni had actually got a brilliant boundary. Just, I think, a ball before she got out. I think that was really unnecessary to kind of, what I see is she was trying to go over the mid-on region with that delivery and, missed it on full.
Watching her in the last 4 or 5 deliveries, she's been trying to accelerate, I feel, because the last 5 deliveries she's got a sixer, she's got a boundary as well. So I think there's a lack of focus in that particular delivery which made her to play that shot, trying to hit it a little harder than just timing the delivery. So that would resulted in her losing her wicket. But again, it's not the right time for them to accelerate because the run rate is not above them. It's something which is in their hands right now, and just play along, get another partnership going on, and see how it goes to the next few overs.
So the equation at this stage is 56 required of 41 deliveries, and I guess they've got to get these singles going and then an occasional boundary. And you shouldn't get too excited with getting that boundary and trying to go for another one like some of the batters have been trying to do. So I think they get themselves into a position where they would be requiring say about 20 runs of 15 balls, and with this partnership with just 4 wickets, and then I think they can express themselves after that. 15 balls, 20 runs in a T20 game, I think with about 6 wickets in hand, they can go for it at that stage.
Oh yes, it's game on. When you're in that situation, the game is on, and it's definitely gettable. The thing to notice here is that the 2 of the best bowlers in this particular bowling lineup have done exceedingly well and they've picked up wickets. So you've got to ensure that you select the bowlers that you want to go after. You've got to make sure that you make those smart decisions to understand who are the bowlers and where are you going to be hitting them.
Well, Rajeshwari has been brought in from the Falcon India, from the India Nippon end now. Earlier she's bowled from the Falcon end. So, and she's been, she's given about 9 runs in the 14 balls that she's bowled. And she's an exceptional bowler. She represents India. I think she's one of the most preferred left-arm orthodox bowlers in the 50-over format. whereas Radha Yadav comes into the 20-over formats.
Rightly mentioned, as you look at her during this game, you see how tight she is. She's not giving away any room or any bad deliveries there to the batters. Now, just like you mentioned earlier in the game today, Rakshita and Rajeshwari are keeping it extremely tight. That's the reason why they've been so economical and also getting the wickets as well.
As we speak, Aditi Rajesh forces one through the vacant third man area. She exploits the gap between the
I think
point and
the first time an opportunity for the Falcon Herons batters to show their potential with the loss of their captain.
absolutely. Look, they bat deep down. We know how damaging they can be. There's still Asha Joy to join them in the middle. So
A quick single taken. The fielder at covers could not gather that one completely.
Padmaja,
I think that was E. Padmaja, if I'm not wrong, from Andhra Pradesh, one of our interstate players.
So this is what is required. You get a boundary and get the singles going on. Keep the scoreboard ticking along. Make sure that there's no pressure of the same batsman playing as many balls and defending a lot of balls. As we speak, that's the end of another good over from Rajeshwari. She bowls out 3 overs and picked up 1 wicket. 7-5 after the completion of 14 overs, the score has moved on to 75 for 4.
A quick update to our online viewers. Once again, the Falcon Heron Sports are 75 for the loss of 4 wickets in 14 overs, and the equation at this stage is 49 required of 36 balls. We've got, I think it's Rakshita Krishnappa again to bowl her last over, which is the 4th over from the Falcon end.
I think it's a very good move. If it's Rakshita Krishnappa who's continuing the bowling, we just have to wait and see if it's going to be her who's going to be continuing.
I think there's a change.
I think it's, I think she changes her mind now. It's E. Padmaja.
Padmaja being brought on.
Padmaja is being brought on from the end that Rakshita was bowling from. So maybe I think what's running in Rakshita's mind is she's been able to get a couple of wickets from that end, and Padmaja is very similar. But as we spoke about before, Padmaja uses a corridor more than Rakshita does. So I think Rakshita's taking a chance here, trying Padmaja from that end, which is a good move again because both very similar bowlers. But and the other good thing is that she's got Simran Henry right here at the short third man region. I think she should just bring her to 3/4 because Padmaja has got a little bit more pace than what Rakshita bowls at.
Yes.
The batters can use her pace, so I'm sure Aditi will be looking to exploit the area behind the wicket here.
Keeping in mind Padmaja, it's a comeback over for her. The first over she bowled, she's given away 11 runs. So, like you mentioned, she's more of a bowler who bowls on the 4th and the 5th stump. You got to ensure that you keep it tight and bowl towards your field itself, not let the batters go against what your field setting is. Because it's an important phase of the game we keep talking about. It's getting onto that game 2020 game mode on right now.
Very much.
I think at that point Rakshita quickly went and shared some notes with Padmaja over there, and
Cut away nicely past Rajeshwari.
I think she told her that
chase.
I think she would have told her that don't try to go for the pace, just try to cut the pace off and just land it in the area. As you see, Aditi Rajesh was able to get one ball through the Rajeshwari's under Rajeshwari's nose, but Rajeshwari did well to put her hands to it and take the pace off the ball. Simran Henry quickly on to the ball, just allowing the batters 2 runs.
Got that away time. There's a fielder there, just going to be a single. Rodrigues done a fantastic job at the boundary line there. Jemimah always a firehouse on the field.
Jemimah was very quick to move on to her left. As soon as the ball took off, from Aditya's bat. She was on in a flash. She moved very quickly onto her left to restrict them to a single.
The key moment for her is that Aditi Rajesh batting on 23 is the key, is what I feel in this game right now. She's been there for quite some time. She spent some time striking the ball well, getting the runs at will, and how important is she, sir?
Very much. But somehow, I don't know what's happened or what's wrong with her. She's been limping when she's running.
Let's not forget, she was dropped on, I think, on 6 or something when Pratisha couldn't hold on to one. Of E. Padmaja's bowling again. So let's see if E. Padmaja can create another edge here.
And up his shot there.
Forcing the shot there. Couldn't time that well. Just a single down to long gone for getting into the important phase of the game. After this over, it's just going to be six overs, final 6 overs of the game. Correction, 5 overs of the game after this over.
Well struck this.
Like you mentioned, the lack of pace right now. Probably the smartness of the bowler that she's decided that she's not going to go for pace, just going to vary her pace so that she doesn't give the ball enough for the batter to go out and strike it well.
At the end of the 15th over, the Falcon Herons Sports Club 81 for the loss of 4 wickets. The equation stands at 43 runs required of 30 balls.
.43 of 30.
What do you say, Bruce?
And now we'll change your bowling to line here. Yogesh, the ball is being handed over to Jemimah. Interesting change.
Yes, indeed, Mr. Sri Kumar. I think it's a good move. Jemimah is very similar to what Simran Henry has been doing for the team so far, and she doesn't tend to spin the ball a lot. She just looks at landing them into the right areas, and I think what Rakshita is trying to do is try and not give any pace to these two to work with. But what she should be aware of is that Akshaya, who's at the strike right now, she has an ability of covering a long distance and sending the bombs downtown. If she gets one right in the meat of a bat, she can send one out at will.
It's another gamble here from the skipper, getting Jemimah into the attack. This could either go their way or go against them. It's a short boundary here towards the leg side. We're playing on the third pitch, which is the pitch closest towards the leg side from where we are watching it.
Yeah, she comes and there goes the hit. But this...
And a wicket falls.
Fantastic.
So the ball is paid off, Ibris.
Rightly said, the ball was there for the hit, but the slowness of the pitch allowing the batsman not to get the middle of the bat and resulted in top edge, and rest of Jemimah just pocketing that in a simple manner. So another wicket falls. This spells danger for the batting team here.
But I'm still thinking in favor of the...
I think Jemimah did pretty well to get
inside.
on the ball. She didn't get carried away, too much. I'm sure she was not expecting, the ball to be skied the first ball of her over. So maybe she kind of held on very well to her excitement and got right under it. And with the safe pair of hands, she kind of pocketed one, as Ibris mentioned.
I mean, that is something which she would not have refused to accept.
As we see Akshaya at the bat, it brings Asha Joy to the crease. Well, what a time for Sheen to, get a wicket at. I mean, the equation stands at 43 required of 29 balls. Aditi Rajesh is going good guns here, and but let's not forget that Asha Joy can pack a punch here.
A single there. Aditi Rajesh running it along towards Simran Henry. On the extra cover boundary there. Asha Joy going forward to it, pushing it down the track. Jemimah.
It's a very good ball there.
Fielding of her own bowling. Certainly a delivery.
The best thing about Jemimah is she just bowls to her limits.
I'm also looking at her body language. She looks very calm and she looks very confident as well. That plays a huge role when your body responds to what you want to do, and especially when you're calm.
That too in a situation where it could go either way. All the more important.
Very true. She knows her limitations, as a bowler, and she just
That is a cracking shot. It sounded so good on the bat. The spurring dive from the boundary line, but couldn't save the boundary there. A welcome boundary there.
Simran, the fielder there, unable to get to it.
Absolutely. Simran Henry puts in the dive, but I think she started moving a touch late towards her right. Jemimah concedes the boundary over there, not very happy. With that, the equation is now 37 runs required of 25 balls.
Aditi Rajesh striking it very well. From here on, she is the one who's got to take the race. She is the one who's got to be trying for the bigger hits here. And she's spent a lot of time there in the middle, so she knows how the ball is coming onto the bat and where she can strike it to get the maximum results. Having said that, that brings us to the end of another good over. Jemimah Rodrigues picking up the wicket and also conceding a boundary, so the match is still on right now for both teams to win.
At the end of the 16th over, the Falcon Herons Sports Club are 88 for the loss of 5 wickets.
.36 more in the remaining 4 overs.
Very crucial 4 overs here for Team Falcon Herons. And Falcon Sheen would be in a much more comfortable phase right now, especially knowing that they've got 1 over each from Rajeshwari and Rakshita Krishnappa, who've done exceedingly well. Picked up wickets also, which is a bonus point for them.
I think it's
Niranjana too has an over.
Niranjana has got 1, there's Deepthi who's got 1. Rakshita herself has got 1 over, and Rajeshwari's got 1.
Normally, we have seen Deepthi open the attack from this end and also bowl the final over.
Well, understanding that
That's been
Jemimah has
their
picked up a
strategy.
wicket, so I'm sure that Jemimah is going to bowl another over from this end because she's given away only 7 runs in that over. But I think there's more of a misfield there. That should have been very much under control, the boundary that was conceded. So, I think it's going to be Padma again. Yes.
A lot of thinking going on. The think tank is taking some time here to decide who's going to be bowling in these death overs. It's very important here to understand and get your bowlers right, because the right bowler who's going to be bowling the right way is going to decide what situation and where this game is going to go
when it comes to the final 2 overs.
Absolutely.
Like Yogesh mentioned, Jemimah bowling a good over on the previous delivery, barring the boundary which went away. Ideally, she should be the one who's going to be bowling the next over.
Nicely struck, but
Padmaja bowling to the line that she needs to bowl, to the field that she's been set up with.
Well, it's a good thing to have, bring Asha on strike now. Asha's faced only 2 balls in that two of Jemimah. So she hasn't seen much of Padmaja yet. I think good to give away that single and bring Asha on strike. Maybe strangle her with a couple of dot balls here, and anything can happen after that.
Doesn't look like they're looking to stop the singles here because all the fielders in the inner circle are at the boundary line, at the circle itself, end of the circle. So they're not looking at giving away the single. It's the boundaries that they're trying to protect here.
Absolutely. And what you see Jemimah has moved to the boundary, and there's Deepthi Sharma has moved to the boundary. Rakshita Krishnappa herself has moved to the boundary. So they've got all the quick legs at the boundary now. So they're happy to give away the singles, but they don't want to give.
Oh my God!
They don't want to get away with the boundaries.
It's a good move there. Getting your best fielders at the boundary line in the death overs is very essential. Making sure that you've got the fielders who are quick and also have a good arm as well. Get the slow ones, not the best ones, not the quick ones in the inner circle, and give away the single because singles are not going to hurt them at this point of time.
The other thing that Sheen is trying to do is, I don't think they're trying to, they're keeping the Herons batters guessing because they're not allowing the Herons batters to kind of
ride it away to between third man and point, and that goes away for a boundary. A chase from Simran, but the ball was too quick for her. It's a good boundary here, welcome boundary for Falcon Herons Sports. A much needed one for them, especially on the back of Aditi Rajesh. In fact, Aditi Rajesh is the one they are banking on to get the runs.
And as you rightly said, both Simran Henry and Rajeshwari had no chance there. She bisected the field perfectly on that occasion, and
another shot over there. This is where the captain thinks again, whether should I have had the third man back or persisted with the field of having these two inside. Because the way the runs are flowing right now, it's usually the runs which Padmaja has given away is usually behind the wicket on the spur, on the offside. It's either the edges which have gone towards third man or between third man and point. That's a key point here.
I mentioned this before that I felt that Simran Henry had to be somewhere 3/4, rather than at the edge of the circle, because Padmaja has got a little bit more pace than Rakshita. See, where Simran Henry stands is a good field for Rakshita, but not for Padmaja. But Padmaja is
changing the
quicker
field here now.
And
we've got 3 on the offside now. Point and shot third. Persisting with the line of bowling on the 5th and the 6th stump. Played away. Good stop there, good half stop. Concedes the single, but that's good enough.
And returns a strike. No? So at the end of the 17th over, the Falcon Herons Sports are 99 for the loss of 5 wickets. The equation now is 25 runs required, 14 balls.
25 off the last 3. What a game we're witnessing here. Sure. Day 6, final day of the league stage, and we're still getting these exciting games where both teams are up for it.
And also somehow Herons tend to take the game into the last over. They always run into the last over. So another one drifting towards that possible result.
So you don't see Jemimah who's going to... I expected Jemimah to operate from this end, but looks like Rakshita Krishnappa is going to get back to her regular bowlers. She's employed the services of
Rajeshwari into the attack
from the India Nippon end.
Strikes the ball, but the fielder at long off, just going to be a single. The good thing is that the batsman is striking it really well, and the equation is not far away for them. It's just 24 runs now of just 17 deliveries.
They have the wicket.
Let's see how Asha reads.
Fortune favors a pick outside edge. Two fielders running towards the boundary to save that, and they managed to do that. Stops well. A couple of runs there, valuable runs there.
I think it was Krishika Reddy over there who managed to push the ball back in.
Asha getting a couple of runs under the belt now. Already
runs there.
3 runs of 2 deliveries of this over.
Adjustments in the field once again.
A couple of runs, 100 on the board, 102 for 5 in the 18th over of this game.
Look, it's very difficult to set a field for that kind of a shot. What do you say, Bruce?
Absolutely, especially during the death overs, you're not sure where the edges are going to fly out and what the result is going to be. Sometimes it's in the hand, the other times it's just on to the boundary. Goes for the big hook and gets it right. Asha we've been talking about. This was this one out of here. What a hit one. The third maximum of this inning, and what a time it's come. Suddenly the situation has changed. The momentum is towards Falcon Herons Sports. What a strike that was.
Absolutely.
Slightly over pitched and hit it with all power.
It was a treat to the eyes here. You know, she just went through with the flow of the bat, and now very sensible.
Tried it down there. No runs.
Doesn't try to do too much. I think Rajeshwari is a lot quicker than what Jemimah was, you know, and I think that's what's escalation spinner. So
the ball coming onto the bat nicer is what the batters need.
Absolutely, and Asha has been able to negotiate her at that pace. You know what she's offering.
Another single.
I guess it would have been better to have Jemimah come in at in this over and try to pick up yet another wicket, probably how she did Akshaya with those slow spinner.
Noticing the difference between the two bowlers there.
But I think
there's a chance which is went on the batter's way. That brings us to the end of another good over. This time it was a good over for Falcon Sheen Sports. Plenty of runs coming across in this over.
At the end of the 18th over, the Falcon Herons Sports 109 for the loss of 5 wickets.
15 of the last 2 overs. What a game here.
12 balls, 15 runs.
Thrilling end.
Anything can happen. What a game. What a game. And I think it's Deepti Sharma to bowl. Deepti Sharma to bowl.
Herons living up to their reputation of taking the match into the last over.
Rightly said that watching the pattern of their games, they definitely want to close it at the most end part of it and keeping their followers entertained during the game.
Yes.
I guess what the Herons might have in mind at this stage is to target this over. That they're coming up against Deepti Sharma, who a regular bowler in Team India, and she's got a lot of tricks up her sleeve. She's not. I'm sure she's not going to let the batters get away with anything
That's
easy.
exactly why she's doing this. The 19th instead of the 20th.
I think this might go straight down to the wire.
It's a crucial over here. It's a longer boundary on the leg side here. Keeping in mind the outfield is lightning quick.
Asha on strike there. She comes out to the pitch with that one, drives.
Very sensible move here by Asha. I think Asha is going to see a couple of balls before she tees off. And that's very sensible of her. Quickly stepping out, pushing the ball in that vacant area over there at short mid wicket, and
mind you, the bowler is not going to bowl slower here. It's only going to be firing it onto the pads here, knowing that bigger boundary. That's it. The cover region, and that reaches the boundary like a trace of bullet there. What a shot there. Aditi Rajesh striking it beautifully throughout this game. The key to this game is her.
11 more.
That's fantastic. That's an awesome shot over there. Aditi on that occasion manages to get one past Niranjana and helps herself with the boundary. Much required boundary for Herons over here. Puts them on the top over here. The equation is now run a ball. It's 10 required of 10 balls. So
turn the wicket away.
Absolutely.
They're looking for 2 but decided against it, rightly so, because the fielder had already gathered the ball. So the important thing to notice here that the runs have started flowing and the bowlers have started to bowl quicker here.
Yeah.
Starting from Rakshita, who tried to bowl, fire it in, over pitched and was hit for a maximum, and here again the first three deliveries have been tried to bowl quicker, resulting in the batter to go ahead and drive it and time it quite better than what they were doing.
What do you think? Would we
Single there.
would we watch super over coming up here?
Quite possible. The way the batters are going on right now, I think they're going to finish the game with 3 balls to score.
Oh, good luck. Race to your
Depends.
prediction. Let's see how it goes.
It totally depends on who's going to bowl. The
You never know. You never know in a T20 game. The match isn't over until the fat lady or some.
This is actually a super over year, 2021. In fact, one is a super over, right, Yogesh?
absolutely. Which order?
Another good looking drive.
Look, the beauty is they're presenting the full face of the bat and, not trying to do anything extraordinary here. They know that, what position they are in. They're in a run-a-ball position.
Here it comes. Here it to the last over.
That brings us to the end of over number 19. So the final over coming up, and 6 runs required of the final over.
At the end of the 19th over, the Falcon Herons Sports Club, 118 for the loss of 5 wickets. 6 runs required of 6 balls here now.
1 Falcon maximum. What do you say?
They're just 1 hit away. They're just 1 hit away. And if Asha Joy, who's on strike now, remember what she did to Rajeshwari an over before this, so maybe has those kind of ideas.
May I remind you, Aditi Rajesh, with a single in the previous delivery, managed to score a half century. What an important half century this has been. They've just 42 deliveries.
That's
Superb innings over there.
Golden arm goal.
Yeah, Rakshita upholding from the Indian opponent. Here it comes.
Okay.
Struck well, but straight to the fielder.
It's a completely Falcon Heron Sports game to win here. The only thing that Sheen can do is get in some dot balls and get in a wicket or 2 here to bring back themselves into the game to win from here.
Absolutely. 5 of dot balls might get the batters thinking.
And here it comes. Go fielder around. That is the finish.
Yes, they've done it.
What a hit that was. Slightly over pitch. And a muscle that away over long one for a maximum to finish the game. What a game we witnessed. What striking there.
A Falcon maximum to end the game with.
If those what you said almost come true, they're gonna do.
Ends the game in style.
Well done.
Hands a defeat to the Falcon Sheen Sports Club. Now we'll be taking you to the presentation ceremony shortly. To all our online viewers and in-field viewers, in a couple of minutes we'll have the presentation ceremony. So we'll see you at the presentation ceremony shortly. Thank you very much from myself, Yogesh Khadilkar, and my fellow commentators in Mr. Ibros and Mr. Sri Kumar. We'll see you shortly.
Mic check. Calling out the captains of the next 2 teams for the toss. Requesting the captains to come over to the center for the toss. The match official is already there and waiting.
Can we get the check 1 2 3 check 1 2 3 Hello, check 1 2 3
ಹಲೋ ಮೈಕ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡೋ ನಿಮಿಷ ಹಲೋ ಮೈಕ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡು ಸರ್ ದ ಮೈಕ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ಸ್
Only the sound is off, as in the volume is off.
check
Not on the speakers, they want it on the
Master volume.
Well done, good show. Today our chief guests are Rashmi Sushankar and Saraswati Sushankar. Mother and daughter combination today. Saraswati Sushankar. Please raise. She is Saraswati Sushankar. She was treasurer of KLCA till BCCI took over in 2006. Very resourceful lady who raised funds for KLCA in the time of need. Give her a big hand please. She has done a lot of funds raised to the cricket. Rashmi Sushankar, daughter of Saraswati Sushankar. She represented Karnataka for a few years. She was an opening batter and was a good fielder. She was a regular member of Falcon sports team. Her cricketing career was cut short as she needed to concentrate on becoming a lawyer, which she has since become now. Good, congrats. Now it's time to announce the player of the match. We had two wonderful performances today. From Pratyusha Kumar, 59 not out of 50 balls. And from Aditi Rajesh, 56 runs of 44 balls and 1 wicket. The award goes to Aditi Rajesh. Give her a big hand please. I request you to present the placard. Adaur Kotkar. Rashmi, I request you to give the placard. Congrats. Congrats, Aditi. I request you to give the trophy. Congrats, Aditi. Very good performance today. I would like to say a few words about today's game.
Nothing I say, it was a great exposure. It was a great opportunity for me because Divyaka can't play every game. She has done so much for the team and I thought I have to do something for the team. So, that's it.
Good show, well done. Keep it up. All the best for your matches. I request Divya to say a few words. Divya. How do you feel about winning this match?
Actually, we are very thrilled to be playing this game against Sheen because in the first round we didn't get to play them, and playing against such a good team and we putting such a great show against that good bowlers, and currently India players are playing there and counter-attacking their bowling attack, and winning this game was such a good momentum for us to go into the finals.
Good, congrats, all the best. Rakshita. What was your game plan and where exactly you went wrong?
No, we didn't went wrong. So it was going as per our plan. So one good match, they played really well. Even we bowled really well and we fielded very well. So that's okay. They deserve to win because they played really well. So well done, Aditi and Asha. Well done.
Thank you, Raksha. All the best teams. Thank you.